Hello everyone, this is Professor Govind. Welcome to the last video of HTML. So this is the last tag that you will be learning, and I'm talking about the tag called image maps. And also in the same video we'll be discussing about the concept called SGML. So friends, this will be the last video in this particular module of HTML. Let's talk about the tag called image map. Image map is all about creating clickable areas on the image that we insert in a web page. What do we mean by clickable areas? Image map, using image map, we can create or we can further categorize or divide our single image. For example, when you insert a particular image, let's say we have inserted an image in our web page, we can divide that image in 4 parts or 5 parts, or according to certain shape like circle or rectangle, and we can create separate references or separate links for those divided parts. For example, top left corner, we can have a separate hyperlink for it. When a particular user clicks on top left corner, a particular web page, for example abc.html, will be opened. To the top right corner, we can have a separate link. When user clicks on top right corner of your image, some other web page, for example xyz.html, can be opened. So far, what we have learnt is using IMG SRC, we can insert an image or we can insert number of images in a single web page. And also using href, that is hyperlink, we have learnt how to connect one text to the other file or one image to the other file. How to link the objects, that is what we have learned using href. Extending further the same procedure, what we have is image map, wherein single image can be divided into further parts, and each and every part can have a link to the other page, to the other web page. And you can divide your image in various shapes. As I told earlier, it can be a circle or a rectangle or a polygon, etc. That depends on what your requirement is. So the bottom line is, image map is used to divide your single image into multiple parts, and each part you can have a link with other page or other site or other picture as well. Let's understand how to use image map. As you can see on your screen, as other files, this as well will have to start with HTML and then body tag. Using head and title is optional, that is left to you. I have started after HTML directly with body tag. Displaying title is the optional part, using head and title. And after body tag, what I have used is IMG SRC, and I have inserted an image called workplace.jpg. The image that I have inserted on my web page is workplace.jpg, and we all are aware about this particular attribute of IMG SRC. ALT, which is the alternate name of the image, is workplace. If your browser is unable to display this image called workplace, in that case this alternate name will be displayed instead of an image. When user clicks or when user places his mouse over this particular image, this name will be displayed. And further reference that I have added in the same tag is, I am telling my HTML page to use map, refer the map called work map. To my image map, I have given the name as work map, and I am telling HTML to refer to this. For image map, refer to this particular name called work map. That is what I have referred, I have told my HTML file. Moving further, come down to the 4th line. This is where I have started my image map. How to start is map name. Start with the tag called map, that is image map, and have some name to it. insert some name to it, and as I mentioned earlier, the name that I have given to my image map is work map, and that is what the same name I have mentioned here in IMG-SRC, which means I am telling this image to use my image map which is available with the name work map. Area shape is equals to rect, which means rectangle. As I said earlier again, that we can have rectangle, we can have circle, or any other shape that is available in geometry. So area shape is equals to rect. The area that I am using for this particular image is rect. And then the most important part of image map is to understand what coordinates are. We'll have to understand, like we design the graph with x-axis and y-axis. We'll have to understand what the coordinates will have to mention in case we want to divide our image into multiple parts. So before we understand this, before we understand what the coordinates are, let me show you the image that I have inserted. Let me open and show you the image, that is workplace.jpg. Let me show you what image I have inserted, which is available on my desktop. So let me open it, and this is what is the image that I have inserted. Have a look at it. This is the image that I have inserted. Now if you go to properties of it, if you go to properties, have a look at the right corner of my screen. This Microsoft Picture Viewer or Picture Manager, this software will tell you what the dimensions of this image are. That is what the height and the width of this image is. Have a look at this. Height is 400, width is 400, and 379 is the height. Or the other way to check the height and the width, first thing you will have to check in case you want to use image map is check out what the dimension of your image is, what the height and the width of your image is. You can check it with MS Paint or Picture Manager, or also you can go to image, click on the image, right click on the image, go to properties of the image and click on details. Click on details tab in the properties window. There also it will display. Have a look at this. Here as well you will get what the width is and what the height is. Width is 400 pixels and height is 379 pixels. So guys, you will have to remember this now, that the width of the image that we want to insert is 400 pixels and height is 379 pixels. So let's continue with coding now. So the coordinates that I have mentioned is 34, 44, 270 and 350. Now how to understand coordinates is, you will have to start understanding the coordinates from left. That is, from left I have started from 34th pixel. From left I have considered 34th pixel, and from top I have considered 44th pixel. From left it will leave 33 places, 33 pixels I mean, and it will start adding the bracket or considering the image from 34th pixel. And from top it will leave 0 to 43 and it will start considering the image from 44th pixel. So this is where I have started considering the image. You will understand this better, the coordinates, when you check out the output. When you look at the output, you will understand these coordinates better. As of now, what you will have to remember is, it starts with left and then top. From left we have considered 34th pixel, and from top we have considered 44th pixel. And to end the image, from left again we have considered 270th pixel, and from top we have considered 350th pixel. From left 270th to end the image, and from top we have considered 350th pixel. Let me execute this and show. And further again we have added alternate name to this image, and then to this part of my image of workplace I have added or I have referred the page called laptop.html. To this part of the image, the file that I have linked or the web page that I have linked is laptop.html. So we'll understand this once we check the output. So let me click on File, open my web page, which is available on my desktop, and the name of the file is ImageMap. Have a look at this. Now this is what I was talking about. This entire image is of 400 pixels width and 379 pixels height. What I have done is I have linked a file to this laptop image. As you can see on your screen, there are three images available specifically in this image, or there are three objects available on this image. One is the laptop, then is the phone, and then is a cup of coffee. So what I have done is I have linked one web page to the laptop, I have linked other web page to the phone, and I have linked third web page to the cup of coffee. To tell my HTML page that the image of laptop starts from this part, to tell my HTML, let me repeat, to tell my HTML file that start considering the laptop from this corner, what I have done is I have told my HTML page that start considering from left 34 pixels, which means HTML will leave these 34 pixels and from left it will start from this point, which is a 34th pixel in the image. Similarly, I have told to leave 44 pixels from top, which means this 34 and this 44, it will start from this point. From top it will leave 44 pixels and it will start from this point. And where to end this image? The image ends here. Image of the laptop ends here. So what I have mentioned is from left end this image at 270th pixel, and from top end this image at 350th pixel. So where does it coordinate? From left 270 and from top 350. This is where the image of the laptop ends. Excuse me. And when I click on this image of laptop, if I click elsewhere, nothing will happen. If I click on the table, nothing will happen. But when I place my cursor over the image of the laptop and when I click on it, this is the file that I have linked. This web page is referenced by or referred by ImageMap, and this is laptop.html. This is what is the file linked to laptop image. So this is how you will have to find the coordinates. Find the starting point, then find the end point of the image. How to find? Start from left. Start from left. It is based on trial and error. Start from left, leave certain pixels, and from top leave certain pixels. That is what we have done here. From start, that is from left, leave 34 pixels, and from top leave 44. And how to end this image is again mention the pixels from left and mention the pixels from top. In this case it is from left 270 pixels, which reaches here, this part of the laptop, and from top 350 pixels, which again coordinates with 270, and this is where those two points will collide, which means this is the end, this is the last part of the image, and this is the initial part of the image or the beginning of the image. Similarly, I have created a link to this phone as well. If I click on this phone, the object or the image of the phone, it will open some other, it will refer some other web page. This page is referred or referenced by ImageMap, and this is phone.html. Earlier for laptop I had laptop.html and for this phone we have now phone.html. So I have linked separate web page to this object of phone. Similarly, I have linked another web page to this cup of coffee as well. If I click on this, the cup of coffee, it will take me to coffee.html, the other file. So in a single image, In a single image, we have created 3 links. If you are not using image map, this is not possible. You will have to link a single file to the entire image if you are not using image maps. But as we are using image maps, we have created link, one for laptop, then for phone. We have created separate links. Then also we have created a link for cup of coffee. So let us check out the other part of the coding. This is about laptop.html, and I have again created a shape of rectangle that is for the image of phone, and I have told my HTML to start or to consider the image from 290 pixels from left, 172 pixels from top, that is 270 pixels from left. After 270 pixels, the pointer will reach here, and from top, after 172 pixels, the pointer that is from top will reach here, that is after 172 pixels. And to end this phone image, what I have mentioned is consider 333rd pixel from left and consider 250th pixel from top. That is where the phone image will end. So this again is a rectangular image, so coordinates will remain same. The third one is about circle. Now for circle, coordinates will change. It is not from left to right and top to bottom. In case of circle, again initially it starts with left and right. It starts from left and right. If you are using a circular image or a circle, what you will have to search for is the center of the circle. You will have to identify the apex center of the circle. How can we identify? Again from left and from top. So what I have done here is 337th pixel from left and 300th pixel from top reaches the apex center of this image, that is cup of coffee. Understand, my dear friends, you will have to try and find out what the apex center of the circle is, because you cannot find it automatically. You will have to find out the coordinates by trying. So after trying several times, I understood that this apex center of this circle is 337 pixels from left and 300 pixels from top. If I reach 300 pixel from top, I'll end up here, and if I reach 337 pixel from left, I'll reach at the apex center of this circular image. And then mention what the radius you want to add, what the size of the image or the circle is. So in this case, the cup of coffee, the radius of the circle is 44, which means radius means the overall size of your circle. So from center, you will have to tell HTML that the size of the circle is, or the radius of the circle is 44 pixels. From center it is 44 pixels, and when I click on this circle, it will take me to coffee.html. So this is how you can find out the coordinates. In case of rectangle, from left and from top, and in case of circle, from left and right, and then mention the radius or the size of your circle. So this is about image map. Another one, we have the shape called polygon. Polygon contains multiple coordinates. It is not only about left, right. Polygon can take any shape. Let there be any kind of object or an image. You can find out what the coordinates are, and polygon can take any shape, and polygon can accept any number of coordinates. The simple ones are rectangle and circle, but other one apart from this we have is polygon, wherein we can have multiple coordinates. So and this is how using image map our Google map works. When you click on a particular place in a Google map, it will tell you what the features of that particular locality is. So that is how the Google Map works, and that is how Google Map is connected with the world map and separate parts, separate localities. So this is about image map. This is about image map. As I said initially in the video, along with image map also we'll be discussing about something called SGML. SGML stands for Standard Generalized Markup Language. Let's understand what SGML is in brief. You do not have any practicals on this, on SGML. We'll be talking only about theoretical aspects of SGML, that is Standard Generalized Markup Language. So let's proceed. Let's understand what SGML is. Now this is the history of SGML. In 1969, IBM research project started some project on this, and what the objective was to allow text editing, formatting, information retrieval subsystems to share documents. The simple agenda was to share documents in a proper pattern, in a well-defined pattern, that is through internet or through network. It included these team members: Charles Goldfarb, Edward Mosher and Raymond Loewy, and they developed the language called, or the coding technique called, generalized markup language. Now let's understand what SGML is. SGML, that is Standard Generalized Markup Language, is a standard for how to specify a document markup language or a tag set. Now understand this. It is about how to specify a document markup language and a tag set, which means using this we can create our own tag set as well. Such a specification is itself a document type definition DTD through which HTML is designed. SGML is not in itself a document language but a description of how to specify one. Now to simplify this paragraph, SGML is not a coding technique as such, which means using SGML you cannot design a web page or a website. But using SGML, you can create your own markup language through which you can design a website or a web page. HTML is a subset of SGML. HTML is designed using SGML. So SGML is all about creating a tag set, a language like HTML, using which we can create our own tag set, our own language through which we can have our own website or a web page. SGML is a language for defining markup languages. HTML is one such application of SGML. HTML is designed with the help of SGML. SGML contains several parts like XML and so on. So SGML, to understand it in a simple way, is a language through which we can create our own markup languages like HTML. It is important to note that SGML is not a predefined set of tags that can be used for markup documents. HTML is not a standardized template for producing particular types of documents, but it is a description through which we can create some language to use those documents or to publish those documents. So this is the end of your HTML module, my dear friends. SGML, you do not have any practicals on it. You have is only the theoretical part, only the introduction. And image maps you will have to practice. Code will be distributed to you. Image map you will have to practice, and SGML you have is only theoretical aspect. So this is the end of it. This is the end of video and as well as your HTML module as well. Thank you each and everyone.